Okay, so I did my whole brush out yesterday. I pin curled it yesterday, obviously, because I brushed it out. Then after I had finished that, I technically recurled my hair, but you'll see it's a little bit different. Put on my hairnet, put on my silk scarf, secured my silk scarf with a couple of bobby pins, and went to, I guess, bed. I went to bed. I didn't go to sleep, but whatever. So this is how it starts, and this is also why, the boner killer hair. Um, you will see that that's pretty much wrecked. You will see that I pinned my hair a lot differently than I did when I did a pin curl, because I'm only using bobby pins. That was supposed to hold the hairnet in. The curls are much larger. They are going to be flatter because, I slept on them, sort of. So yeah, I'm gonna unpin my hair if I can find everything. It's just difficult doing it without a mirror. So I did curl them up into much larger sections, like you can see here. That looks nuts and crazy, right? But it will all work out in the end, in theory. Usually I do victory rolls right after I do a brush out. I didn't do it last night because I didn't feel like being up until 4 o'clock in the morning, which I wound up being anyway, so I probably just should have. But yeah, so I'm going to unpin all of my hair because I do have bobby pins that were supposed to hold the hairnet in place that apparently stopped being attached to the hairnet, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is everything out. As you can see, the curls are much larger this go around. They're crazy, but they still have some good lift. They still have some good bounce and volume. I have not touched my bangs this morning, and they're actually in place, which is why I will sleep with a hairnet in. So this one's just fantastically insane. If people are asking, well, how large of a circle, how large of a curl I break these into, it all depends on what the hair is willing to do, because the key with working with curls is working with them, not against them when you're trying to pin them. Not so much when you're trying to brush them out. So I used, I think, don't ask me to count in front of you guys, 15 to 20 separate curls versus when I had pin curled my hair. My hair was in roughly 50 to, I think 60 is generally what it is. Sorry about that. I am still getting over the flu. I do apologize. Yay, caffeine. So, first step now that, well, technically second step. So now that this is out and free, we're gonna do the same thing we did yesterday with the brush out, which is just kind of softly running my fingers through my hair just to get it kind of separated. I really need to do something about this lighting. I will eventually figure out the lighting, you guys, I promise. If that means I have to move into my living room and find some way of doing this in my living room, I will, though that's not ideal. So again, it's crazy, it's fluffy, it's very, very curly. I'm trying to get things to focus. So it's crazy, it's fluffy, it's very, very curly. I'm trying to see if I can, yeah, that's just not working. So that's where we start, and it's the same general idea of a brush out, but you want to take smaller sections this time than you did with your first brush out, because you don't want to ruin the curl. You don't want to be going against your curl. You just want to make sure that you have all of your snarls and your tangles kind of out so you can at least work with things. And you will notice if you don't separate this time, your lower layers are going to retain a lot more curl, which is good. You definitely want that. So I know some of you, like Karen and Jess, have asked for both has asked for night styles and updos and that sort of thing, and I will happily get into those next week. Next week I will probably do a 3-day set, which will be 3 videos, maybe, but it'll be a simple swirl set that I call bridesmaid's hair, because you can wear it to any wedding and it would look fine. It looks totally normal. It looks totally acceptable, unless the bride specifically requests an updo. Oh, that's why that's screwed up. Unless the bride specifically requests an updo. Now, my bangs are going a little bit nuts because I desperately need to cut them and I haven't. So we're gonna do a side swept bang today. Yay, because that just makes my life easier. All right. See, it still looks cute. It looks a Little Mermaid-ish, but not totally. The back end is a bit ratted. All right, there we go. So hair's still quite fluffy, quite large, quite fantastical, but that's okay. That's kind of what we need. I have no idea how this happened, but that's because I pinned wrong. So again, I'm not Bible here, people. I'm just a girl who likes hair. So one of the first things that I'm gonna need to make sure I have is bobby pins, and bobby pins that aren't stretched to hell. So I actually got a super cute little Band-Aid style case at Ulta earlier this year, but I keep it in my con bag usually because that's pretty much my mantra. You can make any hairstyle work with enough bobby pins. True story. So I want to make sure I have bobby pins out. This way I'm not trying to dig for them when I already have my hair up, and I'm getting everything done. I will do product placement where I can in this video. I'm going to try to actually mention things as often as I can. I am not sponsored because I'm just a girl who does this for funsies and nobody knows I exist except for you guys, so yay. And if I mispronounce anything, let me know because I don't want to look like a total idiot. Again, I took Latin, Greek, and French. And that's it. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Victory rolls. Victory rolls. Now, as I've said before, I do keep my hair in a deep 3/4 part. So that means my victory rolls are never going to be the like meeting up right here together kind of victory roll that you see like Miss Victory Violet sport, or even people sometimes put Betty Page in victory rolls, but she never really wore them. She wore them like 2 or 3 times, but never in like her big photo shoots because Betty Page was in the 50s, not in the 40s, but anyway. So I am not going to be I'm not going to be doing that sort of victory roll. There are a ton of YouTube videos you can watch on those. I can't do them because my hair doesn't work that way. That will just end badly for me. So what I'm going to do is take my rat tail comb and section from the top of my part to the very back of my ear in a straight-ish. Did I get it? I am doing this in a camera. And a straight-ish, or straight as I can get it, or is this possible for me, section. Now that's not a lot of hair, you might notice. You can actually see my hand through that. And that's because this is my smaller, the side with less hair. And that's okay. Because I can always decide to go in and add more if I want to. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, you know what? That's actually probably going to work. Yeah, it looks like a frizzy mess right now, but oh, it's going to get worse. So this side is actually going to be a little bit different than the other. The other side is going to be a bit more of the, you'll see when I get there. Anyway, so now I take my ratting comb. This is just a simple wood handle boar bristle ratting comb. And this is where the back combing happens. And your back comb, and your back comb, and your back comb, and your back comb. It's a lot of back combing, right? Well, you need to. I will smooth out the front a little, not to actually lose any volume, but just to make it a little bit more understandable. So now, sink down. So you can see that I have a natural curl in it from pin curling it and from doing such large curls last night, that I'm now going to take my curl, and just like I did with pin curling, I'm going to start bringing it down into itself until it rolls in. And then take a bobby pin and stick it right in the center of that barrel. And then I'm going to take this other bobby pin and stick it in the back of the barrel. Yeah, that's only 2 bobby pins that I'm using to hold in a full victory roll. Now, some people go like, why? You need way more. Yeah, I tend to go overboard with bobby pins personally, just because I did dance for so many years, so I know that there really is no such thing as too many bobby pins, especially when you are trying to do something with any sort of volume. Now, oh my God, Julie, that's a frizzy mess. What are you going to do? We will get there. You will see the magic happen. So this side, not that hard. I have 3 bobby pins in it currently. I have no spray, no product, nothing but the Lotta Body setting lotion that you guys saw me use the other day. And that's it right now. I've put no spray on my bobby pins, nothing. Now this side is where it gets a little bit complicated because there is so much hair. I'm going to do the same thing I did before, which is I'm going to come up to my part, come down, and this time I'm going to go to the front of my ear because I have so much hair on this side that I only want that much. Now you'll notice I have bits of badly cut bang and fringe from that last stylist that butchered me before I found a better one. So it will be a little bit uneven, but it won't be terrible. Now, there's that bubble bump right there that you want to get rid of. I'm trying to get my hair out of the way so you guys can actually see things, so I can see things. Oh, that's why. It's because I wasn't holding that properly. So you always want to keep tension in the hair. And there you go. So it's like this little mini weird side ponytail thing I've got going on. I take my ratting comb again. And then smooth as much as I can, roughly, out. And now I'm going to take the curl. I'm going to curl it. I'm trying to do this for you guys. I'm going to curl it under, like I had before with my pin curls. Keeping tension on the hair and rolling it back and down and in. Is this what I really want to do today? This is the problem with vintage hair. Sometimes your hair is going to do what you want it to do right away. Sometimes it's not. I'm going to go get a mirror so I can see better. Hold on. Okay, so then I realized I actually had parted my hair incorrectly on the other side. Oops. So I had actually missed some hair and I had taken too much from another section. So I just resectioned it. It happens. This is one of the reasons that mirrors are important, people. So all I did was pull it down. Now you're going to do the same thing as before with the loop and rolling down and inward to get it to pin towards your part. Now I was trying to do this without any product in my hair so you guys could see what it looks like without any product. And that doesn't really work when you've got hair in so many layers. So please understand, vintage hair takes a while, it takes time, and it takes some screwing up. So take a breath, and it's gonna be okay. All right, so I'm going to section that back for now. This way it is out of the way. So this is the section I'm going to roll. I know I'm taking out some of the ratting, but that's all right. I really just want things to kind of work a little bit more smoothly than they were. And for some reason, there's sections from my part that keep trying to get in over here. And I don't know why. It's probably with how I rolled it, because I was actually paying attention to talking to you guys instead of doing what I should be doing. So it's time for the Holy Grail product before I should have shown you, but whatever. What I use is Suavecito. I use the men's line of the Firm Hold pomade, and I love this stuff because it's water-based, so it doesn't act like glue in your hair. You can actually wash it out, dilute it really, really easily. So I love it. So I just take a little bit, tiny bit, and I rub it between my fingers, and then especially towards the root and the front of my hair, I put a decent amount of it, and then I bring it up the rest of the hair. If you have a problem with men's scents, you don't like the way that men's products smell, you might want to go with the women's line. The women's line does have a very, I hear lovely from many people. They love the line. They love the scent of the women's line. It's a berry scent, but for me, that's a little bit too sweet, and it tends to give me a headache. So I use the men's product, but the formulas are exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the fragrance. All right, so now you can actually see that the curl is a lot more spirally just because I put that little bit of pomade in. And roll up, take the curl, bring it in and around, and then up. Ooh, pomade taste. To then pin it and lock in that roll. It looks weird, I know. You then want to go down to the back, and this is where you can kind of mold and shape your roll a little bit with your hand. And one more to pin it in place. You can, if you have fantasy hair colors, or if you have hair colors that are hard to match, you can get fantasy colored bobby pins. Vintage Hairstyling Company actually does fantasy colored bobby pins. They have a wide range that you can get done. I'm now going to take my comb and very, very gently smooth over the barrel of my curl, just to kind of get rid of any frizz or anything like that. This is not going to be the neatest curl because I'm like trying to look between here and here, so I apologize. But now that I pull out my hair, it is going to be a little bit more cohesive. So we'll now do this side, and I will do this side facing this way. So hopefully you guys can see everything. Oh, I hate when I do that. I now have product on my brush, and I don't like sticky things, which is funny because I do vintage hair. So I'm just going to grab my hair. Helps if I can actually see it. Oh, okay. So now that I have that parted, I'm going to take that and just flop it over there so I can take this and pin it away so this way I'm not grabbing the wrong hair all the time. I am going to sort of smooth brush the front just to kind of bring everything together a little bit better. Alrighty. And here we go with a little bit of the Suavecito. I do tend to warm it up between my hands just because it makes the product go on smoother, but I love this product anyway, I don't care. Down to the ends. I really shouldn't have slept on this hair. So now we are going to take the curl and we are going to start rolling it up and in and around. There it is. We're going to take one bobby pin and stick it in just to sort of brace everything. Then we are going to take the second bobby pin and put it through the back. Always do your bobby pins with the curved bit facing down. You always want the little bumpy bits. How do I do this? I don't know how to do this. Little bumpy bits facing downwards, as it gives your pin a much more secure lock. And sometimes you just have to mold things in because they're going to get weird and frizzy on you because you did things in the wrong order. So I need to go wash my hands because I do have OCD and I cannot touch anything sticky and it's driving me nuts. So I will be right back. Pinky. Yeah. Okay, so now that my hands are washed, I can touch things again. You're like, the curl, it's out of control. Yeah, I know. It will get fixed, don't worry. So now we just go in and we do what we did before with the brush out, just kind of controlling how things fall versus dictating it. Your hair is going to go whatever way it wants to, but now that there's far less weight down here, you are going to get much more of a curl, a lot more body, a lot more volume. I know my hair is as high as it is to the grace of God, but hey, that's the look. For someone who has had curly hair her entire life and has fought against this, it's kind of weird that I'm into it. So again, it's just a little bit of product that I am now using to just sort of smooth everything down. And you will notice as I do it, my curl does start kind of defining itself a little bit more on its own. Like it's kind of sprung back into its own sort of life. And you can then manipulate it and pose it however you will. And if you, I forgot the back. Why do I always do that? Because I can't see it, that's why. So in the end, this is a little bit frizzier than I normally do. Again, this is because I slept on it last night, which is my own fault. And I shouldn't have done that, but I did it anyway because I had wanted to go to sleep. So in the end, this is what you get. And it's a little bit more... This is not like the best version of a victory roll. I will do a better tutorial, but I said I would do this for you guys today, so I did. But I said I would do this, guys, for you today, so I did. Sorry, someone tried calling me. Because I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb, which was dumb. So I did put one more bobby pin in here. This side is actually looking really good. So victory rolls don't have to be even. Everybody, for some reason, a lot of people when I was first doing vintage hair thought that they did, that they had to be perfectly symmetrical, they had to be even. No, they didn't. It was whatever worked for you. This is one way of doing it. I will take stills so you guys can actually see that this has a, maybe if I put on the lamp, that this has a swoop to it where it's swooping up, down, and then in. And then this side is just straight back. This looks really weird from this angle. I'm not gonna, oh, that's why. It's because I didn't fully secure that. There we go. So that's more, haha, that's what was bugging me. See, you always learn something new. Been doing this for like 5 years and I still screw it up. So yeah, that's basically what it is. Now my hair is like super soft and curly. It is waxy, I admit, but the joy of the Suavecito is that if I took my comb and I ran my comb through this with my comb being wet, I would actually just get basically a gel consistency with it. It washes out super easy. It doesn't eat my hair color, which is amazing with fantasy colors. And yeah, so the Suavecito is definitely my holy grail product when it comes to vintage styling, because it takes care of all my frizz. It helps me mold things. I could go get into a windstorm right now. My hair would be fine. So I hope you guys like this. I will do another victory roll video at some point when I can figure out the lighting. And I will actually do it on hair I had just pin curled so you can see what really happens. This was sort of a, hey, yeah, how do you make it work when it doesn't really want to work, but you can make it work? So I did. I Tim Gunned that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys have a good day. And I can't wait to start seeing your guys' videos and your photos and trials and tribulations. I will get pictures so you guys can see the definition in the curl, because it does look really good in the mirror. It's not great on my phone. So I'll end this now and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Julie. So I know Jess definitely requested this. I know Karen wants more updo shots, and I will definitely do those later. But I wanted to show sort of day after a pin curl and after you've slept with your hair in bobby pins and in the boner killer hair, what you can do. This is not the best example of what you can do after. Cat just peeled out of here. But it is an example of how you can do an almost victory roll, a faux roll, a half roll. I like to call this the asymmetrical roll. This is more of a rockabilly roll style than a true vintage style. But it is one of the things you can do when your hair is just like crazy nuts and oh my god, what the heck am I going to do with it? So I wanted to do this for you guys. I think I spent a total of 15 to 20 minutes on this hairstyle at most. And that included having to wash my hands 4 times. And not doing anything, just talking to the camera. So I hope this works for you guys. This is because I slept on it last night without first doing a victory roll. If I had done a victory roll yesterday after I'd taken my hair out, this would have gone a lot easier. It would have actually been a lot cuter. I will take a couple of stills so you can see what the end result is. There is one type of product in my hair aside from the Lotta Body setting lotion, and that is the Suavecito Men's Line Extra Firm or Firm Hold. Extra Firm? No, it's the Firm Hold. The Firm Hold Pomade, which is a water-based pomade. And this is my holy grail product. If you have any questions, I promise I will show a much better hairstyle. I will also show close-ups of this. But if you have any questions, if you have any really particular vintage styles you guys want me to do next week, just leave a comment below. I will start posting these in the vintage thread. Unless Jean wants me to make my own thread of just the vintage videos. I don't know. But we'll go from there. I want to hear from you guys what it is you want to see. This is, again, not a full victory roll. This is a faux roll. This is not a Betty Bang. This is just whatever my bangs decided to do today. I have no idea. So yeah, I will stop rambling. I will take some actual pictures of the hair in natural light because it's not snowing today. And I will then get back to working on commissions. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, okay, bye.